Today we have a lovely guest joining us to tell us the stories about her husband and his journey to forgiving those that wronged him. Well, I don't want to keep you all waiting. Let's welcome Miss Cynthia Zamperini. Hello, Cynthia. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now let's get on to the questions. During the time before Louis forgave his captors, what made him decide to go to the sermon that Billy was having?
Well, Hallie, actually, I had gone to the sermon myself before he knew about it because he was having such a hard time. From his nightmares getting so bad that he actually strangled me in my sleep, to going out every night drunk to help him forget what he went through.
Wow, that must have been awful.
You have no idea.
What went through your mind when Louis forgave the bird after all that he had done to him?
I was a little shocked. Actually, I was very shocked because this is a lot to have to forgive someone for. And if I was in his position, I know I wouldn't have been able to. But also, I was relieved and knew that it would be a great burden off of his chest.
Did you expect Louis to forgive his captors?
I really didn't. I was hoping by going to the sermon it could maybe relieve him of some of his anger he was feeling, but I could never imagine it being this beneficial.
What do you think was the most difficult thing for Louis to do during the process of forgiving?
I've actually thought of this a lot, and I would say that him going back to Japan and meeting with his guards would have to be it. He had to be in the same room as the people who've tortured him for over 2 years.
Wow, that would be awful.
I know, I wouldn't do it.
How do you think Louis was able to forgive those that harmed him?
I've actually asked Louis this question myself. He told me that him going to Christ and praying about it was the thing that actually gave him the power to forgive them. I honestly think that gave him the power, and he began focusing on helping boys that needed work on at the Victory Camp. And the Victory Camp was a camp he made to help juvenile kids, mostly boys, like rock climbing, fishing, canoeing, I think.
That's amazing.
I know.
Did Louis ever hold a grudge against the people who were searching for them?
No, I think he understood that the people in the plains seeing them was very unlikely because it was such a great big ocean and such a high altitude that I don't think he would have, or they would have seen him.
How do you think Louis was able to forgive the other member that survived the crash, Matt, after eating the little portion of chocolate that they had left?
Louis and Phil both understood what kind of situation they were in, and they understood the stress that it was also putting on Mac. Also, Mac, after the Japanese plane stopped shooting at them, and because they shot at them, there was a lot of holes in their raft, and he helped fight off sharks and pump air into the raft while Louis was patching it up.
I would have forgiven him too.
Probably.
During the 1936 Olympic Games, after Louis tried to steal the Nazi flag, why do you think Hitler forgave him and let him keep the flag?
I think Hitler liked the fact that Louis was rebellious and had a mind of his own, being Hitler and all he is.
Was it difficult for you to forgive those that harmed Louis, even though you weren't there and a part of it?
Of course it was. Those guards tortured the love of my life over and over again, and they changed our lives, causing Louis to have constant nightmares to the extent of choking me. But in the end, it brought me and him together and in God's hand and helped both of us forgive them.
Okay, now for our final question of the night. What do you believe Louis' life would have been if he had not forgiven his captors?
I believe that Louis would be still drinking, not getting sleep at night, and holding resentment. There is a big chance that me and Louis would not have been able to make it through much more, which would mean our 2 kids, Sissy and Luke, wouldn't have a father to show them all of these father-like things a father would show them. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and we'll see y'all
welcome.
And we'll see y'all next Tuesday, talking about the lion and the skydiving, and how he is after this.
I heard about that.
I don't